There are many things that come to my mind and thoughts of my inner being. My mind, my body, my soul. The energy that flows plays a consistent role in my mind, body, and soul. Mindset is everything. What you think is what you seek to be. I won the battle of fighting the bitch in me. I no longer acknowledge her negative thoughts. I killed her momentum and observed the woman in me. Once I kicked her out my mind, she was locked out of my body and soul. Welcome back. Week 4. Thank you everyone who has been liking, subscribing, and following my YouTube videos, and also commenting and emailing me a lot of suggestions and as well as feedback, and I appreciate it and I'm so thankful. Today I just want to make sure that we acknowledge the fact that it is Saturday and I did not post yesterday like I was supposed to, and I just want to touch bases on that because I'm not perfect. I don't think anyone is perfect, and the fact that I can come on here and say, yes, I know what I did and did not do, I'm okay with that. So to know me is to love me. To love me, you must love yourself, and to love yourself, you must know you. And what makes me different is, as I just mentioned, I'm not perfect. I'm in a growing process. I can fall in love with my growth and continue to grow. And as long as I can see that there is a path going up to the top of success, then I'm okay with that. Today's topic, shout out to, my editing skills, because I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but I'm learning to take my time. So we talked about week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And, we talked about a lot, the nature of man. Oh, 1 second. Back. So, as always, real life parenting struggles. My little one just woke up from a nap, so that's why I had to put you all on a pause. However, mindset motivation, when we count ourselves to doing certain things or whatever goals that we have in line or whatever new things that we are, discovering with ourselves, if we are not, on that path of seeing the growth or even following the discipline that we need to do to get to where we need to be, then there's a problem. So one of the problems that I occurred with yesterday was I gave out too much energy where I didn't have enough energy for you all. So it made me feel bad. And so instead, I just acknowledged what I felt and I rested my body, woke up. And since I am the co-creator, it comes from a higher source, Allah allowed me to have a clear mindset and to have the patience to edit my video and move forward and produce with 150% of energy for you all today. And so I'm really excited about that. Don't forget, new videos every week. And today, mindset, motivation, and real love. Now, I know you're probably like, why is she looking at the camera like this? Because the way that my stick is set up, it's kind of basically like making me look like I need to look down here, but it's really up here. My light is up here. I know, it's all whatever. Anyways, I'm really happy to speak with you all today. This is my little area. When you can't get a mommy break, when you can't get a daddy break, or you can't get a parenting break, you have to find some type of break where you tell yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. But if you can't get it done, make sure you move forward to do it the next day. Okay? So today we're going to talk about real love, meaning self-love within yourself, as well as with your significant other. If you with a man or with a woman, we all have to realize that we cannot love anyone until we love ourselves. And you would never be able to love anyone more than you love yourself. And that is vice versa. I would never be able to love anyone more than I love myself, because I love myself more. And if you don't ever keep it like that, then you will fall short from a lot of things. Because I used to do it the other way around and it didn't get me nowhere. It got me like depressed or falling behind love for somebody else, or feeling like a trophy wife. Like, I don't know if anybody out there can relate. If you can, comment, let me know. Have you ever felt like, you're just in this relationship and it's just, you're just there, like you're just doing what you just been doing because
you see your parents do it or you see others do it. It's just a thing and you're just following and you don't want to be alone. And there's a lot of things that come with that. So self-love, number one, is like really, really big. I've been reading a book called Real Love by Sister Ava Muhammad, and she is a co-creator into the messages that she writes about, because her teachings as well came from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was taught by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan Muhammad. And so I'm blessed to have my mom raise me in the nation to be able to come across, you know, amazing books like that, like How to Eat to Live, Real Love, Closing the Gap. There's like so many things that helps me elevate my mind to, you know, the levels of where it's supposed to be at. So I'm really grateful for that. And a lot of things that Sister Ava talks about, I will definitely share on here. And remember that, you know, I didn't make any of these things up. I will always cite the source of where something comes from, because I didn't get this way by myself. You know, I was seeking higher elevation in my mind, in my body and soul. And once you begin to claim what it is that you want, those things come to you, the law of attraction. So I recommend everybody to go read The Secret. That's another book that is on my list. And I think they have like a show out right now, but I'm more so, I want the book. I want to sit down and assess and, you know, read and write notes, and because I want to see the growth within myself, you know, and that's something that's really big. So I feel like, is anybody tired or frustrated or just tired of doing the same thing over and over, like waking up to their schedules, going to work, going to school, taking care of the kids, and it's just like a routine, like you're just in a funk? And I say that because even if you don't feel that way and you have goals and you have dreams, you may feel like giving up and you may feel like quitting. But most importantly, we should always have mindset motivation, because it's really important not to act on the way we feel to make decisions. Because if you make an emotional decision, number one, you're not going to feel the same way that you did the next day. So you're going to wake up and be like, what did I do? Like, why did I make that decision? You know, so it's always good to sleep on a decision, number one, before you make an emotional decision, especially if you're feeling some type of way. Number two, when it comes to mindset motivation, you need to write down your goals. You need to write down what it is that you want, and because your thoughts are seeds. And so when I say mindset, you have to motivate yourself, trick yourself to what it is that you know will get you out of bed in the morning, or what it is that's going to help you go to work, or help you write down a goal, a dream, or a hobby. And I just keep relating back to that, because we can't move forward to motivation if you don't elevate your mindset, because it's literally like a hyphenated word, like mindset and then motivation, because those two, like, it's like hand in hand. You know, you can't have one without the other. So if you don't elevate your mind, you won't have motivation, because I listened to a YouTube tutorial that said motivation can be BS, because anybody can say I'm motivated but still doesn't want to do it. They'd be like, I don't give a, and I'm not doing it, you know? So you got to kind of like find the balance that's like going to push you out of bed, push you to your goals, push you to not, you know, wanting to give up, finish when you're done, not finish when you're tired, you know, that type of thing. And I think humans have issues making a choice. And I say that because I was researching, and it was like a paradox of the choice of willpower, the choice of making a decision. And I felt that way because I could have made a decision yesterday to post my YouTube video. I could have made a decision to record and just like, you know, whatever. But the more I learn now, especially shout out to YouTube Academy, the more I'm just like, no, Justine, this is not going out there like this. This is going out here like this. Like, presentation is key, you know? And so that's something that is like really, really big for me right now. And the willpower and my choices, you know, if we are presented with multiple choices, it's really hard to make a decision. And then because it could be in a negative connotation and a positive connotation. Like, sometimes when it comes to making a decision, you're like, well, I don't want to choose this because I will miss out on that. Or I want to choose this over this, but at the same time, I still want both. Or I just want this because the value of this beats that quantity. Does that make sense? So when I say humans have issues making a choice, they have like resources and researches upon that study in the terms of choice. Like when you give a person too much choices, it becomes a problem. So the first thing and the first step to do is isolate what the issue is. Isolate what the choices will give you, your wants, your needs, like what it will do for you. And it can help you make that decision. And then also, if you don't understand it, especially going back to that emotional state, if you slow down to assess the situation and, acknowledge like this choice over this choice and analyze it, it can help make the decision moving forward even more. Yes! Who is it? What? What you want to say to me? Here we go. Interruption number 2. So, if you keep getting interruptions, you got to keep going. It's like lemonade. Lemons. Life gives you lemons. You got to make lemonade. You still got to keep recording. Yes!
Leah was being mean to me. Leah was being mean to me.
Why was she being mean to you?
Because I'm crying because she won't play with me.
Okay, why don't you go play something by yourself? Go read a book or go color.
I don't
You have a lot of things you can do out there, okay? Bye-bye. Mommy's having a break. Love you. Love you.
I need to see
No. We done. I'll come out there, okay?
I need to see what I was saying.
What?
I don't. Can I use your color? I don't know what my color is.
Can you use what?
I need to find mine in here.
No, you can find it later. Give me a second, okay?
But I
Bye-bye.
need to see what
No, bye-bye. Okay. So, back to mindset, motivation, and real love, and the choice and decision making, and basically putting your foot down when you need a break. They know I'm doing YouTube. They know I'm getting a mommy moment, but you still got to acknowledge and deflect and continue. Keep it moving. So, there's a Monty Hall experiment. I'll make sure I include the link down below. You probably see it next. Like, let me just hold my hand up and because I know my editing skills will be really nice. So click the link, click. I'm going to put a link to the Monty Hall experiment, and basically it just talks about the choice and decision making. And if you understand it, then you'll catch it right then. But if not, I suggest listen to the video about 3 times. It's only 2 minutes long. It helps you understand that choice theory, that paradox, that willpower of like how humans have the power, how humans have a hard time making a decision. And I only recommend that. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because I feel like it'll help you understand and break down your mind even more when it comes to you making the choices that you want to make that is not giving you the progress that you want to see. So, it goes back to ourself, like self-love. We have to account for ourselves. And if we don't love ourselves, no one's going to love us. If we don't acknowledge the things that we're doing wrong, no one's going to acknowledge it for us, and we won't change if someone else doesn't. We have to do it for ourselves. So, tying it all in all as a whole, mindset motivation, you need to acknowledge what it is that you want to do, where your mind is, and how you can elevate it to a higher level, a higher frequency from where it already is, and start by writing down your thoughts and then replacing the negativity with positivity. So research mindset motivation on YouTube. Research mindset motivation on Google. Read positive books. Anytime negativity comes into your mind, you have to feed it back. Feed it back with positivity. It's like a tick for tack, like you playing tennis, like racquetball. Like anytime something negative, and even if you don't acknowledge it right then and there, you still have to think about your day and just reflect and be like, oh man, I had this happen to me today. Make sure I feed my mind. Like I'm in sales. So if I didn't make a sale one day and I heard a lot of negative people on the phone and they were really rude, and then I go home and I pick my children up and I have a great rest of the day, at the end of the day, I still go and listen to something, positive in terms of like affirmation, prayers, positivity, meditating, because if I don't, my mind is clustering all of those, what I could have done, what I should have done. And if you sit there and think about what coulda, shoulda, woulda, maybe you're going to be past, gone. You're going to be living in that time. And you want to move past every experience when it's time. You want to turn the page of your story when it's time, because if you sit there on that page, you're going to miss your opportunity and you're going to miss your lesson. So, moving forward. There's so much literature on decision making and frameworks and strategies that can help elevate your mind and strengthen your grind. So, goes back to what I just said. Make sure you go on Amazon.com. Go to a local library where it is free. Go somewhere, and even go to Walmart. Just go in their book area. Open it. Even if you take 5 minutes a day just to read something positive, I promise you, it'll do wonders. Because what you're doing is you're starting to alter your perspective, and you're starting to think on a whole nother level that allows you to separate yourself from situations and allows you to know that you are not your situation and that you're just maybe seeing that or going through that to create something better than what you see, because the potential is there within you. So we are all creators. Like, there's some of you that could have been doing YouTube right now, but you're just scared, you know? And I will say this, as you move forward along in YouTube, especially with me being in the YouTube Academy, and the more, not like when you know better, you do better. So the more you start to know, the more hesitant you start to become, because you're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Bump that. I'm doing it all. I'm posting whatever video I have to post. Whatever I feel above my chest, I got to get it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's where being authentic comes. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that scripted my video. There's nobody that said to do this, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So when you start where you are, you start before you're ready, you get so much further than waiting to be ready. Does that make sense? Good. Like. That's what you should be doing right now. And sharing and commenting and telling your friends and family all about this. So let's talk about the substance of real love. Sister Ava Muhammad wrote that in her book about real love. And I'm only on chapter 2, guys. And I promise it was like 10 pages in like 1 and 2, right? And I was like, I want to keep reading, but I also want the information to digest into me. And I'm talking about real love because I'm in that transition of finding real love within myself and in others. And not saying, oh my God, girl, I'm looking for a man. I'm looking. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I'm at this point in my life where if it ain't real and authentic, and if it does not match or even excels me in any type of way, it's not going to do anything for me. I can't do nothing for you. You can't do nothing for me. That type of thing, right? So the substance of real love, like, it's energy. You have to feel it. You have to love it. Like, we need it, we feel it, we see it. Like, everybody needs love. And it goes back to those people that says, I don't need no man, I don't need no girl. You know, everybody needs somebody. That's why we have to, we are here to love, you know. And we have to understand that we're here to love in different forms and not just sexually. You know, we're so far past that. You know, that's like elementary. Like, everybody knows that that's something, you know what I'm saying? So let's move past that in terms of loving others for who they are, their potential of where they're going, and whatever you see in another person is what you see in yourself. So if you say out your mouth, oh, I hate that girl, or I hate that person, or I don't like this person, or if you gossip or you talk about people, please stop it, please. Because gossiping is basically talking about yourself to other people. What you feel about other people is what you feel about yourself. So if the first thing that comes to mind is something negative when you walk towards them or you see them and you just want to say it to another person, because thoughts are real. So when you see something with your eyes and it comes into your head, thoughts fester, you know, and it creates action. So when you take that thought out of your head and you put it into someone else's ear, you have to understand that that first perception that you have of that person is the way you think. So let's do an example. I'm walking with a negative person and I'm the positive person, right? We're in the mall. This negative person is like, girl, do you see what shoes she got on? And I'm like, yeah, they're really cute. I don't know. Like, did you like the stars on there? You know what I'm saying? That would be a positive negative. Or when I'm walking in the mall and the girl, and I ask her a thing, I'm like, oh my God, her hair is so amazing. Or, oh my God, did you see her hair? Let's go back. Let's say it like that. Oh my God, did you see her hair? And the girl will respond, yeah, girl, it was da-da-da-da-da. That would be something negative, right? But me, I learned how to look at something positive, because whatever I see in others, I want to see in myself. Does that make sense? And it goes back to I know you are, but what am I? Like elementary, when they taught us that, like, words, sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt us. So it goes back to that, and of course with self-love in yourself. So Sister Ava Muhammad says, we all need it, and when we have it, we have a nature of impulse to share it, receive energy through mind, body, and soul. And love is energy. Different types of love come through the form of parent-child, teacher-student, friend and friend. And we have to acknowledge those different types of love, because there's some people that say, I don't know how to love, or they never received that love. And so where we lack in those areas is where we need to acknowledge and not deflect, but acknowledge it and replenish it. So that means if you grew up without that parent-child love and you lack that love, because a lot of us raise our families off of just survival. That's a whole nother YouTube series. It's like so much past that. Like, that's kind of why it may be caught by surprise that I still talk about dreams, goals, and ambitions, because so many people like, girl, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this and that. Yeah, you're still on survival, but when you get past survival of just taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, making sure your car got this and that, you need to understand that there's so much more life on the other side of those bills. Like, yes, we're gonna be paying bills for the rest of our life. However, get yourself to a level to where you know that those things are gonna come. But after that, there's so much things on the other side. Like, the grass is really greener on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So we have to fill in that void, or acknowledge that void, and find that self-love. And the more self-love you have for yourself, the more understanding that you have for what you lacked in. And you learn how to forgive that situation, that experience, and that person, and move forward and create that love for someone else. Does that make sense? Like, because I grew up without a dad, it doesn't mean I'm gonna go out into this world and be like, I ain't have no daddy, so da-da-da-da. No, because I grew up without a dad, I'm gonna make sure every kid in the world has a dad figure, or has the same values and morals and memories that I would want to have growing up. Does that make sense? And I have 3 girls, so I was raised with no dad. So for me, that's like, I want to make sure that they have their dad in their life. Does that make sense? So whatever whatever shortcoming you grew up with or went through, or whatever experience that you had, especially a part of your mindset motivation, is really important to acknowledge it. Because if you don't, some of us don't realize that we're still a grown person, but living in our childhood memories. But once you overcome your childhood memories, it'll help you raise your children, because you won't be feeling envious of things you didn't get as a child. So I know there's some people that raise their children like, no, their children can't see their father because of the way they grew up, you know, or this vice versa. The children can't see their mother because the way they grew up. Like, there's so many different scenarios out there. I don't want to sit here and name them all, but I feel like you get the gist of what I'm saying. So Sister Ava said, all love has power to create, but as it is channeled through us as individuals, it moves at a vibratory rate that corresponds to our personal development. The vibratory rate determines what we can create. So what I'm about to do is basically show you my creative side of the love in myself and the things that I ask for. So here it is. It's supposed to come up.
I want love. Love, the kind that is gentle but rough when needed. Assertive in many ways, but I need love consistently. We all grow, change yearly, But it's a requirement that my love is loved back. 365 days doing overtime. I want love. I know love. I deserve love unconditionally and sustainably. Implementing new ways to grow at all times. Born with morals, values, and ethics. I said I need love. I want love. Standards are required for my love. So, do you know how to love?
So that was my poem for I Need Love. Shout out to Major League Beats because I listened to all of his instrumentals for spoken word, and he is just like amazing. Like sometimes I don't even plan on writing anything, and as soon as he uploads something new, the energy that flows literally it plays a role. It makes me just start creating. So shout out to Major League Beats for his YouTube instrumentals. It's amazing. Like I love just his whole creative style. It's amazing. One day I aspire to work with him and us, creating a lot of amazing music together. Once you're in dealings with a relationship, as a result, the children are born with many types of temperaments and with distinct advantages and disadvantages because of how they see themselves, according to Sister Ava Muhammad. So no matter the situation, we all came from love. Life is love giving. So love is life giving. Love is not sex. It is the generating power that makes us able to be sexual. A productive and non-productive man can love a woman equally the same. The difference is the power to create and develop power beyond his genitals, raising children in the flesh, developing children of the spirit. That was deep. So that's why I had to stop at chapter 2 and I was like, ooh, drop the mic. Like, Sister Ava, whoa, she opened my mind. Like, it is past us co-creating. It is past us, us dating and doing this. Like, how about we court? How about we do something like that is gonna elevate us on a whole nother level? Like what she said about love, about it, the energy is real, and energy can even be transmitted through me speaking with you right now, and I know a lot of people can feel that. So just to recap, mindset motivation is everything. Mindset and motivation. You have to have self-love for yourself, and no one can love you more than you love yourself. And you can't love no one more than you love yourself. Which is why I always say to know me is to love me. And to love me, you must know you. And to know you, you must love you. So once we understand that, the different realms of perspective, and how for every action there is a reaction, and we need to look at things from a whole different view and open up our minds so that we can strengthen our grind and read materials that feed our soul. Like the same way you feed your stomach, feed your mind. Anytime negativity comes in, feed it with positivity. You can't look at the glass as half empty. You got to look at it as almost full. You got to look at it as it's about to tip over. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Always a light. And also, don't forget to create in your dark times. Whatever you're going through, whatever you don't have is meant for you to create. So whatever lane that you want to be in and is not there, it was given to you to see that and acknowledge that and create. So don't forget to become a co-creator within yourself. Find that real love, that self-love, and don't expect no man and no woman to love you more than you love yourself. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you so much for tuning in always and forever. And until next week, vamos!